So I saw the Childish Gambino video yesterday, and I must give the brother a thumbs up because on one hand, he used hip hop in a very powerful way, and he used the message of hip hop to evoke thinking in the minds of the American populace, and I guess in the world, because I think the underlying theme of the video was that we can watch the society decay and we won't have a problem as long as we have some distractions. As long as we have distractions, the whole city could literally burn. As long as there's a nice hip hop soundtrack in the background, we could watch chaos. You can watch one race slaughter another race. And as long as we have a nice beat to dance to, we don't really mind. In the scene where he was, I remember one particular scene, there was like a black choir singing in the background, and he took like this assault rifle and basically gunned them all down to indicate that these are some of the social issues that America is facing right now, where people actually go into black community churches and open fire, killing innocent people who are just churchgoers trying to be well with their spirituality. In fact, right now, you have young children who will go into a school and shoot all of their classmates, or as many as they can shoot. And this happens on a routine basis in America. There was even the guy who shot up the screening of Batman Forever. I believe it was Batman Forever. Guy walked in with a shotgun and started opening fire on the people in attendance of the movie. And this is like domestic terrorism on a large scale in America. And I think that Donald Glover, aka Childish Gambino, he used his platform as an artist, a powerful thinker, powerful artist. He used this platform to display the hypocrisy of America. So I found that to be a very satisfying revelation from this brother. He's not going to use rap music to talk about Xanax pills or to talk about binge drinking, partying like a rock star, you know, taking advantage of women, disrespecting women or passing them around. He's using rap music in a way that the founders of rap music actually used it. They used it to make social commentary, to inspire thought among the people, and to basically condemn what they see as negative influences in society. We will literally watch the society burn to a nice soundtrack. And there was a popular statement about Rome. At the fall of Rome, people said that Nero fiddled while Rome burned. And literally, here it is. This is this Roman Empire, in the middle of chaos, empire breaking down and being destroyed by outside forces and forces within. But Nero sat there and played his fiddle while all of this took place. So I think Childish Gambino, he struck a chord in American society, and he allowed us to think deeper than we would usually think in the current regime of hip hop. He came like from out of nowhere, and he made a very powerful social statement. So I can appreciate that. I saw he also had a rider on horseback. That reminds me of the title of this book named "The Man on the Pale Horse." These are like symbologies related to the apocalypse or revelation, where they said that the riders on horseback, they will signify the coming of plagues and pestilence and destruction. And so I don't know if he was going there with it. I see that a few other commentators, they made light of this, and they started to evoke the more evangelical perspective, and they wanted us to start to think biblically about this issue. But I think Childish Gambino, he hit the nail on the head. He was actually very provocative when he made this video. There's a culture that glorifies and puts violence on a pedestal is taking place in America. And I think many people have become tired of this. And some people who are conscious enough, they're trying to make an impact on it by exposing it. And people decry and people say that, music does not influence society. Well, if you look at the last 10, 15, 20 years in American society, as the music changed, so does the society and the social habits of the people who listen to the music. In the Bahamas, we very quote unquote Americanized. And so as we become more Americanized, a lot of the trends that are happening in America, we also pick it up. There's a popular statement we say here, when America sneezes, the Bahamas catches a cold. And this is some very deliberate language because in reality, as the Bahamas has such close proximity to America, a lot of the social trends, habits, negative and positive, are also being imported to our country by way of music, by way of media, like movies and sitcoms, reality shows, what have you. But also in Childish Gambino's video, I think the use of violence in the imagery was meant to snap people out of the reality that they're in, or the perception of reality that they're in. That was almost equivalent to the camera flash in your eyes while you're in the sunken place. He woke a lot of people up with this imagery. I believe in one of the earliest scenes of violence in the video is when he actually, he started singing and dancing, and then he walked up behind a guy sitting in a chair, and he basically shot him point blank in the head, trying to evoke this idea, the idea that, people allow violence and peace to exist in this sort of unreasonable coexistence. You can't have one without the other, it seems, in America. And I don't know if that is by design. I think it's by design, but either it's happenstance or by design, but whatever the case may be, a lot of these trends begin with the music that is played around us. I listened to that song. Somebody pointed out the song Pumped Up Kicks. If you remember, there's a few lines in Pumped Up Kicks that make the song seem like the school shooter's national anthem, because he basically says, all the little kids with the pumped up kicks, you better run, run, run faster than my bullet. And this is very, very precise and very direct. It seems to me that, the media influences have had a free reign of terror for a long time, and it's about time that Childish Gambino and artists like him try to influence this paradigm shift that is necessary for the safety of future generations. We need to break this trend where music is such a destructive force. Music used to unite us. Music used to allow us to think outside of our paradigm in our everyday environment. So I would just like to make this short commentary. There was so much in the video. In a bit, I'll be able to make some videos where I can show some clips and actually give a more precise breakdown, but I just wanted to touch on that. I give it a thumbs up. Now, people are making statements about the brother, saying that it's Illuminati and it's a cult. He used some occult symbolism when he closed down one of his eyes, and so on and so forth. But I did notice that there was some very Afrocentric dance moves in the video. And I agree with one of the other commentators on YouTube who basically equated that with some South African forms of dance. And the apartheid regime and oppression in the West are very similar in nature. So I just wanted to touch on that. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. If there was some other aspect of the video that you would like for me to touch on, just drop me a comment. Hit me up and like, comment, subscribe. One love.